kabayan, kumusta po? So today, pag-uusapan naman po natin ang continuous and never-ending improvement. Papakita ko po sa inyo kung ano po yung website na ina-access ko in order to gain free courses and videos from big universities all over the world. So ano po yun? Ina-access ko po ang coursera.com. So punta po kayo ng Google, type nyo lang po Coursera. So, ito po yung ginagamit ko na online platform to have a free online courses from top universities. So, click po natin yung website nila. Then, you can join for free. Just put your full name, email, and password. So, nakapag-login na po tayo. Ito po yung kanilang homepage. So, sa upper right corner, makikita nyo yung profile nyo. And you have two options, for students or for enterprise. Kasi may mga paid courses din po dito. So, may mga free and paid courses. So, scroll nyo lang po sa baba, makikita nyo yung mga current course nyo. So, as of now, I'm enrolled in COVID-19 training for healthcare workers. It is a free online course by Stanford University. So, I always believe that ignorance is not a bliss. We really have to find time in studying. Alam ko po na mahirap maging OFW. So, sa kami po as a nurse, 12 hours duty. Then, sobrang nakakapagod na, parang wala lang tayong mag-aral. But, if you will not use it, you will lose it. Para rin pong nag-exercise yan. If you will not exercise, you will lose your muscles in your biceps. So, yung mga brain cells, kailangan din pong na-exercise yan. Kailangan pong magbasa, manood ng mga videos, or mag-aral online since free naman to, wala namang mawawala. So, let's see. So, currently, naka-enroll po ako sa COVID-19 training for healthcare workers. So, go to course lang po tayo. So, ito po yung details. So, for example, sa week 1, ayan, nakikita niyo po yung COVID-19 key features and PPE. So, each chapter has its own videos. After the video, there will be a quiz. Let's click, let's try. So, makikita nyo po na it will take only 5.58 minutes for this video to finish. And on the right side, there's some notes kung pwede po kayong magsulat or mag-take ng notes. So, pag all notes, makikita nyo dito yung mga sinulat nyo. So, let's go back. Let's see.
Welcome to the first lecture in the Stanford COVID-19 lecture series. I am Dr. David Howe, here with Dr. Mahadevan, and we will be giving you an introduction to COVID-19 based on the currently available data. We will review key signs and symptoms, discuss the spectrum of illness, and walk through the clinical course. After this lecture, you will learn how COVID-19 is transmitted, including asymptomatic spread and multiplying growth, recognize at-risk populations, identify key signs and symptoms, and you will also...
And you will see here, meron din po sila mga subtitles. So, kung hindi nyo po masyadong maintindihan yung ano nila, yung diction, so you can just press English. Ayan.
COVID-19 is likely spread via coughing, sneezing, or even talking and breathing, producing respiratory droplets that typically travel less than 2 meters and can remain in the air or land on surfaces. Individuals can acquire the infection by inhaling the viral particles or touching contaminated surfaces.
And you can also share it. You can share it through video, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, or email. So what are the features of this? So after the course, you can have a free certificate kasi ito pong COVID-19 course from Stanford University is free. So may mga quiz din po dyan. Yan. So may mga modules, may discussion forum. So ito po yung information ng COVID-19 training for healthcare workers. It was taught by S.V. Mahadevan, emergency medicine professor. Yan. This course can be completed in under 1 week. And meron din po silang syllabus dito. Then sa baba, may mga related courses. So, hindi lang po to for healthcare workers. If you will go to Coursera, there's a lot of free courses. Business, computer science, data science, information technology. Isa lang pong part yung health. So, meron din ditong personal development. Yan. Then, may mga recommended courses din dito. May language learning course din siya. And, ito nga po yung sa personal development. So, instead of watching Netflix, I decided to just watch videos from Coursera. Kasi, for me, mas natututo po ako if I'm watching some videos, especially if it's like short videos, less than 10 minutes. Parang mas na-absorb ko siya kaysa magbasa. So, makikita din po natin dito yung mga completed courses natin. Yan. And you can earn your degree. There's Masters of Public Health, Global Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Population and Health Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. So, some of it are not free. There's some tuition fee. Doon lang po ako sa free. Like, for example, ito free siya. So, ibig sabihin, pwede ako makapag-enroll dyan. And it was developed by University of Pennsylvania. Wow. So, this website is really helpful for me. Kasi, you will be able to enroll in a very big university for free. It's like a free access of courses. Free access to those people who cannot afford to go to America and study. And especially to learning how to learn by Miss Barbara Oakley. Number 1 po to. And it's for free. It's for free. So, gusto ko to. Learning how to learn. Powerful mental tools to help you master tough subjects. So, I will go to course. Ayan. So, it's for free. For example, let's go to week 1. It's all about what is learning. So, makikita nyo po dito. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. So, let's have an example.
So let's take a look at some famous people from history who used their different thinking modes to help them with their problem solving. If you look at that guy right there, he was Salvador Dali, a very well-known surrealist painter of the 20th century. He was the very definition of a wild and crazy guy. You can see him here with his pet ocelot, Babu. Dali used to have an interesting technique to help him come up with his fantastically creative surrealist paintings. He'd relax in a chair and let his mind go free, often still vaguely thinking about what he had previously been focusing on. He'd have a key in his hand, dangling it just above the floor, and as he would slip into his dreams, falling asleep, the key would fall from his hand and the clatter would wake him up, just in time so he could gather up those diffuse mode connections and ideas in his mind, and off he'd go back into the focus mode, bringing with him the new connections he'd made while in the diffuse mode. Now you might think, well, that's okay for an artist. But what does it have to do with more scientific or mathematical kinds of thinking? Well, if you look down here, this guy was Thomas Edison, one of the most brilliant inventors ever. According to legend, what Edison used to do was he'd sit and relax in his chair, holding ball bearings in his hand. He'd relax away, letting his mind run free, although it would often noodle back in a much more relaxed way to what he'd been focusing on previously. When Edison would fall asleep, the ball bearings would drop and clatter to the ground just as with Dali, and it would wake Edison up, and off he'd go with his ideas from the diffuse mode, ready to take them into the focus mode and build on them. So the bottom line is, when you're learning something new, especially something that's a little more difficult, your mind needs to be able to go back and forth between the two different learning modes. That's what helps you learn effectively. You might think of it as a bit analogous to building your strength by lifting weights. You would never plan to compete in a weightlifting competition by waiting until the very day before a meet and then spending that entire day working out like a fiend. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way.
So yun. Then you have a download button here. So pwede nyo pong ma-download yung video via this button. And may mga format po dyan. MP4 or web VTT. And there's much more. Meron po ditong translations. Yan. So, English. Meron ding Arabic. And let's see. Tagalog. Yan. And all these things are for free. It's too good to be true that it's happening. So, gusto ko po tong Coursera talaga kasi napakadami ko natutunan dito. And I keep on updating myself on the current trend and information. So, visit nyo po tong website na to, and as time goes by little, mamalayan nyo po that you are learning more, you are improving, and time will come that the opportunity will appear and you will use all these informations for your success. So that's it po. Thank you for watching.